5, 4, 3, 2.
The Board of Works of Connersville is now in session. Please rise. I'll lead the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If everybody please silence their phones. We'll have Mr. Wayne Blair lead us in our invocation.
Father, we pause now at the beginning of this meeting. Indeed, thankful that people are willing to serve. Genuinely praying that people will be supportive, that people will remember that these people must prepare, they must look at things, they must make decisions. So we ask that you would put your blessing upon everyone who is here, especially upon those, whatever their capacity, that must make decisions. It is not always easy to do. We pray also, God, that this community will be behind these people, that the people will look for anything and everything that is for the betterment of this community. And we ask your blessing again upon all of those here. In Jesus Christ's name, amen.
Amen. And if everybody please silence their phones. We'll have roll call.
Jim Barrett.
Here.
Tim Bentley.
Here.
Jerry Irvin.
Here.
Annette Reedman.
Okay, we have a quorum. Okay, and go ahead down to item 2. Is there any additions or corrections to the meeting of September 4th? If not, I'll entertain a motion to pass.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion second. All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Going down to item 3, new business. Is anybody here from Big Papa's pork pit food trucks?
See that one real fast.
Yeah.
I
If
think
not,
they-
we'll go on down
I
to,
think they were gonna get with Mandy, the festival committee.
okay. Okay, on to item B there, we're not gonna talk about that today, but we're gonna wait to another meeting on that one. So we're going down to approval of the contract with Butler and Fairman. Diana?
The contract that you have before you is with Butler and Fairman for the work that's being done on the community crossings application, and they've also included the work that when we are awarded to move forward with the bid. They estimated at $1.7 million worth of projects. We're going to apply for approximately 1.1, just a little under $1 million in projects.
Okay. Is there any questions for Diana? If not, I'll take a motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the contract with Butler Fairman. All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Go on down to items D, E, and F. Rosemary?
Resolution 2018-23 is a transfer within the landfill budget, taking $1,000 from the hazardous waste to other contractual. Resolution 2018-24 is a transfer within first aid, moving $15,000 from fringe to holiday pay and moving $10,000 from fringe to overtime pay. Resolution 2018-25 is a transfer within first aid, moving $100 from premium official bonds to print advertising.
Okay, anybody have any questions for Rosemary? If not, entertain a motion to pass resolutions 23, 24, and 25.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Passed. Okay, going down to item G. Beth, you want to speak to this?
I'd be glad to. Good afternoon.
Aye.
I know you all remember who I am, but for the people on TV, I'm Beth Butch, and I'm the former city attorney and still working part-time, finishing up some projects I was in the middle of when I resigned to move to Indianapolis. So the negotiating team from the city council and with the mayor has completed its negotiations with the FOP. As you know, their contract will expire at the end of this year. We've had several sessions. I would say they were very productive. The chief of police is present today, and I'm glad for that, and she also attended one session, maybe two, but I know one, and we were glad to have her input as well. And so you were provided last week with a copy of the contract. It's a lengthy contract, but it has the changes, revisions, and modifications that were negotiated highlighted, and you would have also been provided with a color-coded changes to 2019 contract, and I wanted you to have that last week so that you would have more than adequate time to look at everything. And we have one of the council members, Debbie Montgomery, who was on the negotiating team present, because I wanted her to be here if you had any questions of her. As you know, Councilman Nobby teaches school full-time, so he can't be here, or I'm sure he would be. And also, I think Councilwoman Phillips is maybe still out of state,
Yeah.
so she's not present. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer what I can. And other than that, I will just say that this was really a long negotiation, and I think that this is of benefit to the city. We hammered out some things that needed to be hammered out. We got rid of some clauses that were a problem for the city, trying to take care of the expenses. That's always a question and an issue, and I think this contract addresses a lot of those issues to the benefit of the city while being fair to the membership of the FOP.
So did the police department ratify their contract?
Yes, I was
Okay.
going there next, and I
Okay.
believe it was Thursday, a majority of members did vote to ratify the contract, so now it is before you, and I have prepared a resolution, which you also should have a copy of in your packet, and then it would go before the city council as well. It's pretty much self-explanatory, but as I said, I'm here to answer any questions I can answer for you.
Okay, so this is our recommendation to the council, right? Okay.
And I assume that you agree, Mayor, you
Yeah.
participated and had a lot of good input yourself, that you're recommending that this be approved.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, is there any more is there any discussion or any more questions for Beth? Okay, I entertain a motion to pass it.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion to second to pass resolution 2018-26. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you, Beth.
Thank you. Nice to see everybody again.
Going down to department matters, Mike?
Hello.
Aye.
All right. August report, should have a copy of it. Revenue is pretty good for the month. Disbursement's not as good, but I gave you a little sheet, kind of explanation of that. Water, we just had a lot of expenditures last month that wasn't typical monthly expenditure as in the past. And I'll try to give that sheet to you. This is kind of explain some of those expenditures. Water, we had to pay Umball $9,300. Our biannual insurance was due at $13,000. So that's kind of out of the ordinary. Plus our annual fee for chlorine equipment was $2,000. So we have a few of those, plus our typical expenditures all happened at the same time. Sewer, a little bit worse, but you know, we did have the water lift station, Waterloo station, all had to get repaired, and all those bills was coming in that month. So we had over $161,000 just in those type of fees. Strand Engineering Digest was $27,000. Mike Kleinpeter income survey came in at $6,000. So everything kind of came in all at once in this month. So we'll hopefully get it back this next month that we're in now. So just to give you some explanation why disbursements is fairly high in wastewater. Overtime, $660 in scheduled overtime and $3,200 in overtime. Rest of the reports, just a list of all the different work that we've done over the month. Also attached is, which is a couple new reports, is our water monthly report and our sewer report. I usually give this out at the annual report, but I thought it'd be interesting for you guys to see kind of how much water we pump and all that. So the water report, pretty simple, this amount of water we pump for the month. The top column is a total of the two bottom columns. So you got your Park Road water plant and your 9th Street water plant. You add those two, the numbers together, you should get the numbers on top. So that's kind of, we pumped 71 million gallons of water last month. And on the sewer report, a little more detailed. I put on the bottom of the sheet some definitions of what some of these work terms mean that maybe help explain what influent and effluent and sludge and all that stuff means for you guys. Maybe it's a little self-explanatory. So it's just something that we turn in every month to the state. And I just thought it'd be nice if you guys could kind of take a look at what we're pumping and what we're releasing into the river. Announcements, we will be flushing hydrants starting October 1st for about 2 weeks from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Utilities will be doing that. We thought we'd do it at night when people are inside and it shouldn't affect them as much. Next meeting, I will be asking for approval to update our office workstations. I believe there's 8 of them. Office manager, billing, accounts payable, payroll, front desk. Right now Cindy's getting all that information together to come in with the proposal next meeting that we have. Our workstations are fairly old and we're getting ready to update all of our software here soon, we hope. Lastly, next meeting I will also have a project list of all the projects that we are involved with, a timeline and estimated budgets, like the digester, Upper Grand, Paint Company, Water Street, long-term control plan. There's just a lot of stuff, and next meeting I'll have that kind of organized on timelines and estimated budgets for those projects. Other than that, is there any questions?
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks.
Okay, going down to item 5, and there's a citizen to request, I think it's Bob McNeely. Is he here? Are you gonna speak for him?
Let me get organized here. Mr. McNeely had asked for a 4-way stop at 22nd in Indiana, and you have a letter, did a small traffic study just to see what the flow was. He, after I called him and let him know that he could come today and let you know how he felt, if he doesn't get the 4-way, there was a tree that he felt like needed trimmed, so we took care of that. So I feel like most of the traffic is using the stop signs that are there. If you read the report from the time that we had the camera up, and totally up to you, but it appears that most of the traffic does use the stop signs, and we did take care of getting the tree trimmed. And I think that actually satisfied his concerns
Okay.
after I spoke with him on the phone.
We need a motion just to leave it the way it is, Mayor.
Yes.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion second to leave the stop signs as is. All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? and tell him, you know, to contact you again anytime.
Okay.
If you still,
Yeah.
okay, while you're
Hopefully the
here,
tree-
you might as well go ahead and do, like, go and do, all I guess, all of it.
I have a whole bunch of stuff.
I see,
Let's do the monthly report, is that okay?
yeah.
Okay. In the month of August, the police department answered 1,320 calls, issued 121 citations, 68 warnings, investigated 11 injury accidents, 51 non-injury accidents, conducted 284 traffic stops, and 105 arrests. The next thing is a request for, a handicap parking sign at 1805 Ohio Avenue. The resident has, I think you got a copy of her slip from her physician. Does have a letter from her physician stating her need.
Make a motion to go ahead and do that.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass the handicap parking at, where's the address at? 1805 Ohio.
Ohio.
Okay, all in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay.
Next one is promoting Detective Craig Hamilton to lieutenant. Detective Hamilton has been in narcotics for the last 2 years. After he went down, I decided to make that a 2-year program in order to move more officers in and out of there to gain the experience. So now that Detective Hamilton is ready to come out of narcotics, there is not an open position in the detective division because they are working short in order to help with overtime and patrol. So because there's not a place for Detective Hamilton to go back as a detective, I would like for him to be a lieutenant, but he will continue to receive detective's pay because it's not, of no fault of his that position is not open. He does have supervisor experience, he's an excellent supervisor, and we do need him on the road as a supervisor, so that's why I would like to make him a lieutenant.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Sorry. The next thing that we have, because the city's been so gracious to buy us some new cars in the last few years, we do have 4 vehicles that need to be disposed of. A few of these are by the decision of the city mechanic due to the needed repairs on these vehicles, and the other 2 are because they're the oldest cars, the 04s, 14 years, almost 15 years old at this point. So I do have 4 vehicles that I would like permission to dispose of. Last time we disposed of them at a local auction and did fairly well. So
Is that what you plan on doing again?
if there's an auction available that we can send them to, that would be great.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
Excuse me. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, Carol.
One more thing. The owners of the this is more for the public. The owners of the Kmart parking lot are asking that all the vehicles on the lot be removed. They've been made aware of the parking there. I did speak with, there are 21 vehicles there for sale this morning. I did speak with about half of those owners and have asked them to move them in the next few days, and I will continue to try to get a hold of them so that no one gets the shock of having their vehicle towed. So there's quite a few more to go, but I did work on that this morning.
Yeah, we did receive a letter from Redstone,
Yes, the owners of the lot.
and so, they've asked for this, so everybody know. So, get that out, Daryl.
Is that all vehicles, Carol, even the tree?
No, there's 21 for sale.
Sale.
Now, there are several other vehicles parked in the back, and I spoke with one semi-driver, actually 2 semi-drivers that were back there. But I've got several more to contact. Looks like they're parking there, maybe and riding with someone or picking up a vehicle there, a work vehicle. So I probably spoke with about half of the owners of the vehicles that are for sale. So I'm working on that just to let people know.
Okay.
Is that something Redstone could put some signage up for the
They
city?
will take care of that.
They are going to take care of
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Carol.
Thanks, Carol.
Right.
John? So here he is.
Take a look at it. See
Let's see. For the month of August, we had 15 hours, 56 minutes of original programming, 7 hours, 49 minutes of meeting programming. Of course, we're into the football season now, so we're very busy with that. We're also picking up games like volleyball. We'll be doing some swimming here eventually and things of that nature. Of course, we also did the soccer game here just recently as well, so we do a lot of different sports out at the high school. Any questions on that? Any questions on the report?
Anybody?
Another quick item, had a request from Calvary Baptist to request an alley closure. It's not on your agenda, but it's coming up October 21st, so plenty of time between now and then. They have the Sidewalk Prophets concert that'll be coming in, and they'll need a place to park the tour bus and equipment, bands and things like that. So they requested to close the alley from 9 a.m. to midnight for that concert, October 21st. Is the alley directly behind the church.
Anybody got any problem with it?
Nope.
Nope. You need a motion to approve?
Yes, sir.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion second to approve the request. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Okay, Daryl? Oh,
Hey, Darrell.
Okay. Well, we're still working on the same stuff we always do. Mowing and patching and, one accomplishment that we did make, this month was, Mac Machine has had a terrible water problem coming off of that hill that's in back of them. So we got our redneck on and figured out a way to divert it a little bit. And it's a temporary fix, but they're really happy. So we'll work on a permanent fix probably next year.
okay.
But outside of that, just still mowing heavy and
Oh, I got one thing yesterday. You know how the walkway goes out of the park down the alley? They said there's some big holes in there that people's walking around on bicycles, so if you would look at that, fix that. Going out of the park here across 30th.
okay. Anything else?
Anybody got anything for Daryl while he's standing here?
Just to say thanks to you and your department for a couple properties on the hill. You had to mow again. Thank you very much.
No problem. No
And-
problem.
I'd like to thank
the
him.
alleys up there, the Beesons, they were all happy.
And again, and two, they come down, put all the barricades and stuff downtown the other day, and so appreciate that. And everybody for the festivals committee, because I think the apple dumpling went well. If anybody got the chance to go down or anything, so appreciate all their hard work. And,
We're trying to get it cleaned up today.
yeah. So I just
Oh.
appreciate all the city folks that were involved.
Well, I got your attention. What do you want done with the cars?
Let's leave them up for a little while.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. Leave them.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you. Dan?
Dale.
Oh, Dale?
Dale.
I just wanted you guys to stand up.
Afternoon. For our month of August, our total expenses was $144,741.12. Our receipts was $137,532.68, which made a difference to the city's share of $7,010.53. We did 405 runs. Any questions?
What is our run total up to now with the 405? Gotta get you in the right lens.
We're about, billable runs were at 3116, but actual calls were at about 3345, 3350, something like
Okay.
that.
All right.
How, you got your ambulance yet, or?
No, we've got the payment on the one that was wrecked. We've got that settled. I got a meeting with Reed Hospital tomorrow on some equipment that was on it to get some pricing on it. And then we'll turn the interior equipment into the insurance company, and then they'll go through it, and then they'll get back with us.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Now, I've got one more thing to bring up, and it's not on your agenda. We have an employee that is very sick. He's in St. Vincent Hospital. He will run out of his sick days about the middle to the end of October, around the 8th, 29th, I believe it is. And to keep everything going as far as his insurance, we'd like to ask for an extension of his medical sick days, as he'll run out of days. And by the contract, they can be awarded up to 30 work days for the sick days. And we're asking if we can get that extension.
I don't see any problem with it, we got with other departments, so.
No, is the prognosis for him gonna be improvement or?
We hope, we really don't know yet. It's very, very critical right now, so.
I'll make a motion we approve the request from the
Second.
commander.
You have a motion to second. Are you approving the 30 days?
Yes.
Okay. Any more discussion? Okay, all in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Anything else?
Nope, that's all I got.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Dan.
Good afternoon, Board of Works. Just a short report, kind of giving you in the rears of August. We had a very, very active August with a lot of meetings and so forth. But we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had 6 attraction visits to Connersville, which is out of the ordinary. We respond to a lot of requests for information where we rarely hear anything back. To have 6 site visits is huge. And we're reasonably sure that one of those is turned into something. And I don't want to steal thunder from the company that we believe will be coming. In fact, we believe there'll be an announcement this week. So Daryl, with the paper and Mayor, I need to see you sometime after this meeting to set a time so we can invite these people from this new company to be present so that we can have a nice little press release and do it upright with some photos and newspaper and all that sort of stuff. Let them know that Connersville is giving them the welcome mat. Coincidentally, I was just talking to Police Chief Carroll, and in lieu of this happening, we had to vacate the northern lot up on 21st Street from the truckers that have been using that lot for years for free. And I probably created problems for Carol because some of them went over there and she just happened to coincidentally meet them as they were leaving that lot to go to the Kmart lot. And it's kind of a chain reaction of events there that it's just the pains of progress. And I'm happy that we're having some pains of progress. Beyond that, without going into just a long brag of what we do in the community, I don't think you need that today. We can do that another day. Unless you guys have any questions for me, I'll just sit down. Anybody, anything?
Okay. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Roy?
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Looks like we had 157 runs, one of the highest months this year so far. 284 hours on emergencies, 28 hours on inspections, 14 investigations, 32 hours on pre-planning, and 180 hours on training, with estimated property loss of around 10,000. I think that you might have seen the paper, the Lions Club donated 5,000 for us to get started on our training, buying our containers and getting our training grounds going. Well, we just gotta find some property that we can use within the city right now. Looks like on overtime, we had $300 in overtime on the fire we had, and then $22.63 on FLSA. We do have a truck down Dexter's doing real hard, trying real hard to fix it, but it is a gearbox and they're having trouble finding the parts. So we're in 10 days right now, so we expect it to be down a little bit longer. We haven't found the parts yet, so it's causing us a little bit of trouble.
So we've had another truck go down too besides this one?
Yeah, on Friday, ladder 1 was down for 4 hours, and on Saturday, engine 4 was down for a few hours. So that causes us a real problem. So,
Are you confident you're gonna find the parts? On the gearbox?
I hope so, but I'm not, anything could happen.
What year is it?
It's a 93. Just should know in here in a day or so.
Thank you.
Thank
We'll do
you.
the best you can, Troy, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, Jesse?
Good afternoon.
Hi.
This Saturday, the 22nd, we were supposed to have a fall festival, but due to lack of vendors, we are canceling that portion of it. We will still be having the shot clinic, which is put on by the veterinary clinic for your pet dogs. It'll be a full set of vaccination is $25, rabies only is $15. All those funds go back into the Bark Park at Roberts Park. So that'll take place over in that location unless it rains, and we'll probably have to move it into the pavilion or something like that. But that will still be going on. There'll still be harness racing at the amphitheater. That starts at 11, and so does the dog shot clinic. It goes from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Girls basketball sign-up deadline is September 28th. That's 1st through 6th grade, and the fee is $25 per child. On October 23rd, we will be having our annual Halloween party at the Miller Building. That's from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., and there's a costume contest for kids age 0 to 10, and then we'll have games and snacks and all kinds of hay rides and all kinds of fun stuff. So that's about all I have for now. Does anyone have any questions about anything?
So you said this lack of vendor, I wonder,
Yeah. From what I can, there's, St. Gabe's is having their fall festival this weekend, and then Warm Glow is having their big fall festival where vendors come and set up, so
Okay.
that may have hurt us a little bit.
okay.
And the weather's looking a little
Iffy.
shaky for Saturday anyways, so we'll try again next year.
Okay,
All right?
thanks, Jesse.
Thank you.
Okay, going down to old business. Is there any business that needs to come up? Okay, is there any miscellaneous business? Okay, we'll go on down to the claims.
Okay, for the claims for the city side, we had a total of $673,334. For the utilities, the total is $241,223.28. We need a motion to approve these.
So moved. Got a motion second to approve the claims as presented. All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Go on down to public forum. Is there anybody who would like to speak to anything? Okay, if not, I'll go on down to adjourn.
So moved.
Second motion, second adjourned. All in favor, signal by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Adjourned.